Yo, what's up, guys? Jarius here from Thryv Trading. Um, I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I had a good weekend, and I'm ready to start the new week. So before we dive in, I want to talk a little bit about what we did last week, what we saw in the market. First thing I want to talk about is a trade that I took last week, and it was partly based on the dollar movement that we already talked about. I expected a dollar to be bearish. That's exactly what we saw. Um, we saw that this low that dollar set was weak, and that we still wanted to take out this low. So the price of dollar arrived here, and then had a small pullback. And for me, here was a valid point to take a trade from, because here's some liquidity dollar left behind. But as we can see, the price arrived and took out some sellers came into the market. And then what I wanted to see is that price actually drew in some sellers and then take out this high again. And then from here we could look for a sell, but unfortunately we didn't get it. But I still managed to take a trade on out USD, which Quincy already talked about. And you could say that here's some internal liquidity was taken out right here. And this supply zone was respected right here. And you're not always going to get perfect price action, but it's important to react on what you see. So for example, here you see some internal liquidity being taken out, and also this supply zone being respected, and then price starts showing some bearish pressure, of course. And then if you look at the pair itself, so for example, in this case, out USD, right here I saw a strong low and a break of structure, and then a continuation of structure. Then I decided, like, I don't see perfect price action on dollar, but for me it's still valid because here I saw the price action I wanted, and that's why I decided to take the trade. Quincy already talked a little bit about this trade, but I'm going to give my own breakdown right now, starting from the weekly time frame. What we see is that, for a long period of time, bearish pressure in the market. So here, bearish liquidity being taken out, and here a lot of sellers come into the market. Here, another time, liquidity being taken out, sellers coming into the market, and here also sellers coming into the market, meaning that a lot of sellers are in the market right now, and at one point they have to sell their positions to people who want to buy, of course. And where can they do this? They can do that. They can do this below this low, or they can do it right here, because this is a low where they can take their profit as well. And what we also see is that here buyers come into the market, meaning that buying pressure is also in the market right now. Here, new wave of buyers, another wave of buyers, and here another wave of buyers, meaning that now sellers are into the market, but also early buyers in the market. And all the buyers that put their trade, all the buyers that came into the market right here, you can stop them out below this low and below this low, because that's where they're going to put their stop losses, So then zooming into the weekly, or the 4-hour time frame. What I saw here is, okay, this is a point that was interesting for me to look at, because here the sellers that we talked about, they're gonna take the profits, and also all the early buyers that came into the market, they're gonna hit their stop loss right here. And here what I saw was, price taking out this external liquidity, and then buyers came into the market again. So here a new wave of buyers, like this. Let's make it yellow. And then them being stopped out below this low. And then here a new wave of buyers came into the market as well. So like this. And then all these early buyers were stopped out below this low, meaning that this for me is a strong low because of the higher time frame and because of the lower time frame right now. So important for me to do then is look at the lower time frame price action. And what I saw was that, look. Okay, so this is already a high possibility to be a strong low for me. But this is also the last sell move that took out all the buyers and sellers and made this a strong low. Meaning that market makers manipulated the market here. So they all put in sell orders. And when price exceeds this level, it means that they're still in position, but their positions are in drawdown right now. They want to let price come back to this level. And then what they can do is close their positions and let the bearish continuation actually take place. And that's exactly what I saw here, meaning that for me, this is a higher chance of becoming a strong low. And then I saw a break of structure right here. And here you can also already take your trade because you have a strong low. This is respected break of structure, meaning that there's bullish confirmation. So here's the first opportunity to take the trade. Then here you have a pullback and then a continuation of structure, meaning that this here's some liquidity, and the liquidity was taken out. And then I saw some bullish continuations again. And here you could even take a third opportunity to enter the trade, because here you have let's see, here you have a 30-minute demand zone as well. So I went in the trade, and as you can see, I just went for a 1 to 3 risk reward, but I could have actually hold it for longer, but for me right now 1 to 3 is enough. So yeah, that's the trade that I took last week. So really happy with the trade that I took. And I also saw that NZD USD was having really similar price action, as you can see here. I already made some analysis here, but this is what I talked about on AUD USD as well. So buyers coming into the market here, sellers also coming into the market, and yeah, where can we stop them out? We can stop them out below the slow, and that's exactly what happened. So price came here, and then here we saw the same price action actually on the lower time frame. So price arriving, taking out external liquidity, buyers coming to the market, and then stopping them out below the slow, meaning that this is a strong low for me. And here you could place your buy trade. So that would have been a really nice trade as well, and even made an external break of structure. So yeah, really happy with this. And yeah, let's see what we're gonna do for this week. I already checked a little bit, but not too many high impact news events for me. We have Canadian dollar CPI, meaning that if we are in the Canadian dollar trade this week, then we have to be aware for this on Tuesday. And some USD monetary policy reports. This is something we might have to take into consideration. Also, the Fed chair Powell speaks. This is something that we also have to take into consideration for this week. But yeah, and on Friday and Thursday already a lot of bank holidays, so probably no trading day this Friday. So yeah, let's look at what dollar is gonna do right now. So yeah, we broke this low, and we actually are now around a psychological level of 100 at dollar, meaning that we can see a retracement and then maybe continue the bearish structure or bearish price action. And we're also yeah, meeting a lot of lows right now. We're meeting this low right here, so this could be some liquidity, and then we could see a pullback, but I'm actually expecting dollar to go even lower. Yeah, because we still have a lot of room right here to go even lower. So yeah, but I'm expecting on the short term, I'm expecting a pullback from dollar. And let's see, this is the low this is the high that caused this bearish move. So what you can do is you can take your Fibonacci and then look. Yeah, so for example, we would see here you also have a daily gap right here. So daily gap. And here you have your 618 level on the Fibonacci. So second. Yeah, we could see a pullback to there. And here you also have your last bearish order flow, because this move caused the move down. So this is what I call order flow, like this. So this is something that we can maybe take a trade off. So here we have a gap and order flow. So right now, maybe we could, on the lower time frame, look for a trade, for a buy trade. But yeah, for me, it's Monday, so I'm going to be a little bit conservative still. But right now, here you see the same thing we actually saw on Australian dollar. So the low has been taken out, and now some early buyers are coming into the market. So it would be clean if this low would be taken out as well. And if we see a clean liquidation right here, so I'm going to put my alert here, then maybe we could look for a buy to sell trade, meaning that we could buy from this low into this daily gap and order flow, and then we could look for sells again. So yeah, that's my plan for dollar right now. And then let's look at yen real quick. Yeah, yen was showing signs of maybe a temporary strong high. So here, let me show you. So this external high, this high is strong, was a strong high with a lot of liquidity for me, because this high caused this huge move down, meaning that a lot of sellers came into the market right here, meaning that a lot of stop losses are above this high. So here's a lot of liquidity, and as you can see, there also was a reaction when we took out this high. So we took out this high, and then some sellers came into the market again, and then these sellers were stopped out right here, meaning that this is a strong high right now. But yeah, I still believe that we could go all the way to this high. So this is a weak high still for me, but yeah, this was expected to have some bearish pressure right now. And here you have some liquidity still left in the leg. Here and here, and here you still have a, I think it was a daily gap. Yeah, here you see a daily fair value gap. And this double bottom, meaning that we could take out some liquidity right here and then expect to move up. But right now, what's even more interesting is a sell move, or a sell trade into this point of interest for us, because here we have a strong high, and then sellers came into the market, and now we have a pullback. And on the lower time frame, you can see that this high also caused some sellers to come into the market, because we're trading below this low right now. So here sellers came into the market. And what I would like to see right now actually is, let's zoom in a little bit. This high caused some sellers to come into the market, meaning that here there is some liquidity. Yeah, wait, let's try it like this. So here's some liquidity left. So if we see something like this, so price coming in here, and then we could look for a sell move like this, and then into this daily gap. So yeah, for me, just gotta play the waiting game right now. And yeah, but price action is looking really clean with this strong high, and then some liquidity in this leg as well. So yeah, still gonna wait for that. Let's take a look at euro. So yeah, for example, if right now dollar was up and yen was down, so that means a UJ buy could be clean. So let's take a look at UJ first then. So yeah, here also really clean price action. This was the order flow that caused this sell move to happen. Price came back here, also respecting this daily gap and the order flow, and that's why this weak low could have been the target, but didn't manage to catch the trade, unfortunately. But yeah, it was really clean, and yeah, this could have been a really clean sell. But yeah, for me, it wasn't really possible, because this low was already taken out right here, and then you had the pullback, and then it came even lower. So Once this low has been taken out, then for me it's not really that interesting anymore, because this could have been a strong low, you know. But yeah, maybe we could look for a buy opportunity on UJ. Yeah, I want to see some liquidity being taken out first before I look for a buy. So maybe right here, this is some liquidity in this leg. And this is some strong liquidity because it caused a really big move up. So here a lot of stop losses of buyers are placed right here. So yeah, then we could look for a buy opportunity. So I'm going to place an alert right here. And then we're going to see what price action gives us on the lower time frame. So I want to see something like this, you know. Oh. I want to see price taking out liquidity and then maybe even making a strong low. And then we could look for a buy on UJ. So UJ is interesting for me right now. And let's take a look at Euro real quick. Yeah, Euro last week had a strong move up. This is the break of structure. This liquidity was taken out. Wait, I can show you guys on the lower time frame. So yeah, here's some candle-wise liquidity was taken out and a gap was respected. Let me see. Yeah, so just here liquidity being taken out. Here's some candle-wise liquidity has been taken out as well. So yeah, just a lot of bullish pressure right now. But right now we're meeting a high, I think. Yeah, we took out this high. And this high has a lot of liquidity above it because yeah, this caused a really strong move down. So right now, gotta wait and see what Euro is gonna do. But here, some liquidity has been taken out on the higher time frame, so I'm actually expecting a move down. And yeah, as you can see here, we do not take out this liquidity. Some sellers come into the market, and then all these sellers are stopped out right here. Just this could be a strong high for right now. But what I would like to see first is here you see this high caused some sellers to come into the market as well. Right here. So sellers. And then I would like to see this high to be taken out first. So alert goes here. And if we see something like this, so price coming in here, and then we could maybe look for a sell. And selling the euro and buying the dollar, as we saw right here, means that we could have a euro USD sell. So let's take a look at euro USD. Yeah, also really nice price action here, but yeah, for me this was not really a valid trade. But yeah, obviously it played out because here's some liquidity and then taking out this liquidity. But this low does not make a new high, meaning that there's not a lot of stop losses below this low. So for me this was not a valid trade. But yeah, you can't always, you know, you're not going to catch every trade, and that's fine, you know. But right now, this is a break of structure. But we wanted to look if we could maybe catch a sell trade on euro right now, or euro USD, because here the leg is really overextended, meaning that some sell move has to come or could come, and then we could maybe also take a sell and then maybe look for some trades up again. But let's see if we meet some highs right here. Yeah, this for me is an interesting high because this high caused a really big move down. So yeah, here is some liquidity. So what I would like to see first before I look for some sells is I want to see this high being taken out. So I'm going to put my alert right here. And then I would like to see price coming here, maybe some sellers, early sellers, and then taking out this high, and then we could look for a trade down. And I was also on yen, I was looking for sells as well. So UJ was a possibility, UJ buys. And for now, Euro USD could be interesting as well. So I'm putting that right here. And we could remove this for right now, because this already played out. Let's see. Maybe we can look at some individual pairs if we see something interesting. So yeah, this was the trade that I took. NZD USD already broke this high, so not too interesting. Yeah, it's not too interesting for me. No, I'm gonna leave it at. I'm gonna leave it for now. So I'm looking at possibility to maybe buying on UJ. So I want to see this liquidity being taken out first. So I place my alert right there. And then maybe selling EU. And I also want to see this high being taken out first. So we'll wait and see. And if we don't get the alert, then we're going to wait and maybe take some trades in the rest of the week. So yeah, thank you guys for listening and see you at the next one.